Beyblade X released over a year ago, and in that time, we've seen dozens of releases and a bunch of fun and balanced Beyblade designs. But the biggest criticism of the X system has to be the customization. As of right now, each X Bay is made up of 3 distinct parts: the blade, the ratchet, and the bit. The previous generation of Beyblade, Beyblade Burst, was similar in the 3-component start, but by Season 2, we had interchangeable god chips, we had frames for your discs, and individual layers had their own gimmicks to make things more exciting. So I would bet that there's people out there that don't enjoy the X system as much as they could because there's just not a lot of customization you can do at this point. Just over a month ago, I talked about Beyblade CX or Custom Line, a leak from the official Beyblade X app that could be pointing towards a new system after UX. At this point in time, we don't know anything about CX or what Custom Line really means, but a lot of people, including myself, are hoping it means expanded customization. And that brings us to today. Recently, a video made the rounds on Beyblade Twitter showing off 2 X bays that we have not seen before with interchangeable metal components. And a lot of people were wondering if it was real, if it was a leak from Takara Tomy. Well, it turned out not to be real. It was actually created by Twitter user Shooting Bullets, and they happened to be in my Discord as well. So I reached out to them and asked if I could talk about their designs because a lot of the stuff that we see here could definitely be something Takara Tomy does in the future. The bays we're talking about in this video are part of the XX system, which was directly inspired by Takara Tomy's upcoming CX line, whatever that ends up being. So let's look at the very first bay in the XX system, which is Dran Slash. Dran Slash sees the return of the 3-bladed kind of design that the original Dran sword had, and it was designed for high impact smash and upper attacks. The ratchet is 1260, and it's exactly what I want to see in the future of the X system. I don't know if I'm a big fan of all these different numbers like 1260 and 1370, etc. I kind of hope that they give ratchets their own unique names, kind of like what we saw in Beyblade Burst, but the 3D modeling here is really impressive, and I wouldn't be surprised if some people thought that these were actually Beyblade designs. Let's look at the jet bit as well. Now this is a little bit more gimmicky, okay? The creator describes it as kind of the X version of Hold from Beyblade Burst. I don't know if I love the idea of super gimmicky bits in the Beyblade X system, although getting a few here and there just for the fun of the game, I'm okay with that. This video is all about bays I really like, but they don't actually exist. But if you guys want to get some real bays, go and check out Mall of Toys, the sponsor of the channel. They have new releases like Phoenix Rudder and Leon Crest up for sale right now, and they're also accepting pre-orders for the El Drago remake and the upcoming Whale Wave Bay. So go and check out Mall of Toys, links in the description down below, and make sure you use code ilinnuc to get 5% off of your first purchase. The next design we're going to look at is Hell's Furnace, and this is probably my favorite design that we're going to talk about today. It's just very intricate, and I love the level of craftsmanship here. And if Takara Tomy can do something even close to this, that it's just going to be huge. Hell's Furnace is made for both smash attacks as well as wall defense. The ratchet is 1160, and it's going to be kind of similar to the 1260 we mentioned earlier, but with a bit of a different design. And once again, I'm hoping that they give ratchets their own unique names at some point. But once again, we just see more detail here, and we see more of an intricate design compared to the kind of basic ratchets we've been getting so far. And I think you guys are really gonna like the bit here as well. We have Enter, which is basically just the Beyblade X version of Unite. Now I know we already have a Unite bit in Beyblade X that came with Vice Tiger, but it's not really the same as Unite from Beyblade Burst or Coat Sharp from Metal Fight. Meanwhile, Enter is almost an exact copy, and I really hope we see something kind of like this, where it's plastic or metal in the middle, surrounded by a rubber coating. Just more materials on bits is just a really exciting idea. Now let's move on to the next bay, which is Zenith Variant. Zenith Variant is a balance type used by Multi and is the combination of both of her Wizard and Knight bays. Takara Tomy has been giving us a ton of Persona releases over the last year, and I'm kind of hoping they slow it down and start combining things together, so this idea of Zenith Variant is just perfect. I really like the design of this bay as well, with a mixture of the green and yellow and kind of pinkish colors, which matches Multi's entire look. And then you have that gear chip design, which mixes the Knight helmet with the Wizard kind of cloak, and it's a great idea. For the Ratchet, we have 1170, which is just a different height of 1160, which we talked about earlier, but it's also in this nice yellow and pink color scheme. And then for the bit, we have multiple, which is kind of interesting as well. It kind of looks like Gear Ball from further away, but the multiple bit combines aspects from ball, point, and flat. Moving on to the final bay we're going to be talking about today, we have Phoenix Rebirth on 1360 CS. Phoenix Rebirth is a combination of both wing and rudder, with a smoother attack point for stamina conservation without losing its attack potency. This design is just perfect, and it's kind of what I think a lot of you guys were expecting Phoenix Rudder to look like. Before we got the announcement, it was changing over to a stamina type. But this is Phoenix back to its attack type roots. It's also going to be a lot more similar to Phoenix Feather and Phoenix Wing in its shaping as well. And I kind of hope the next Phoenix looks like this if we do get another Phoenix evolution. I like the kind of pinkish color scheme here as well. We do see that with Phoenix Rudder, although with Rudder, it's on the inside of the blade, not the actual metal coat itself. But with this fan-made Phoenix Rebirth, it kind of inverses that, where the pink color is the metal coat. I don't want to seem like a Phoenix Rudder hater or anything, but I was not the biggest fan of the gear motif design. Like, it was good, although I definitely preferred Phoenix Wings a little bit more. So with Phoenix Rebirth, we see something a little bit more action-oriented. It kind of looks like a mixture of the two together, and it looks like a Takara Tomy design. I feel like half of the things that I've said in this video are just great, really good, Takara Tomy design, because all of these designs and all of these 3D models are just so professional looking. Like, all of these bays look like they could be printed tomorrow and be made into a real thing. But moving on to the parts of Phoenix Rebirth, for the Ratchet, we have 1360, and this is really similar to 1260, except it has, an extra little piece in there. It looks like it's a little bit wider as well, and it'll match up with the 3 points on the Phoenix Rebirth blade. And then we have the bit, which is CS or conserve. Now, conserve looks very similar to Rush that came on Duran Dagger, but it looks like the teeth are a little bit different. It has the same amount of them with 8, but the design is shifted up a little bit. But otherwise, it kind of seems like Rush 2.0. I would definitely go and follow the creator of these models on Twitter. They have a bunch of other designs posted that I'm not going to be talking about in this video, but they still look awesome. Like a new Cobalt, a new Vice, a new Wyvern. It's just top quality stuff, and I actually kind of hope that some of the Takara Tomy designs look sort of similar to this. I know a lot of you guys don't like speculation or talking about things that don't actually exist, but I think that these models and these bays that I've shown you guys today are just so high quality, and also they're very indicative of what I want to see from the Beyblade X system in Season 2 or even Season 3. But let me know what you guys think of these bays in the comments down below, and let me know what you think of the XX system, and if that's something you'd want to see out of Beyblade X in their CX custom lineup. But thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun, and bay away.